Well, I think Fame and Muscle Shoals Music is here because we're fiercely independent. We've been doing business with Bank Independent since the 70s, and to know that they've got our back, it means a lot. We've always been there, and it's always just been a phone call away.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
A mix of sun and clouds here across the Tennessee Valley on this late Thursday afternoon. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam network. Starting in Lawrenceburg, we're looking back southwest across town, 84 degrees. It got down to the upper 70s. Rain cooled from a thunder shower on the north side of town during the mid-afternoon. Dew point 65, south-southwest wind currently at 9 miles per hour. You can see some of the billowing cumulus clouds out there, but not a whole lot of thunderstorm development off to the south as we look down toward the Alabama-Tennessee state line. We'll slide down to northwest Alabama. Here's a live look at the shoals. This is in Florence from the University of North Alabama. This is the Top Rivers Hall. We're looking back south-southeast down Pine Street. You see the Science and Technology building. There you see the downtown high-rises off to the left. High-rises for Florence, Alabama standards at least. 86 degrees here with a dew point of 66. A south-southwest wind currently at 7 miles per hour. The earlier afternoon thunder showers in Lauderdale County. We're staying north near the Tennessee state line from Zip City over toward Anderson and Lexington. Those have fizzled out as we made our way through the afternoon. We're pretty quiet after some active thunderstorms in parts of the area. Earlier, we even had a severe thunderstorm warning in Lincoln County, Tennessee, that went from about 2:30 to 3:30 this afternoon. Some lightning, heavy rain, gusty winds, and small hail there. Haven't heard of any damage reports, but we did have a warning for a time. And off northeast of our area into eastern parts of Tennessee, there was even a stray tornado warning earlier where they had better wind shear up there than what we did. But things are settling down now across our area. A few isolated thunder showers on the remnant outflow boundary in northern parts of Giles County, Tennessee, and the southern Marshall County, Tennessee, in northern parts of Lincoln County, Tennessee. I can't rule out a stray thunder shower through the evening in any part of the viewing area, but it's only going to be a very slight chance, and I do think things are settling down. Well, we haven't had rain at all today. We're in the mid to upper 80s, even lower 90s. We'll be even hotter tomorrow for one more day with daytime highs well up into the low to mid 90s, a few isolated lower 90s, and then a front comes in overnight tomorrow night and Saturday with big weather changes on the way. Here is that front starting to ease in. It's slowing down now and not fully pushing in, but another upper level disturbance comes through tomorrow night and into Saturday, and that helps push that cold front on through here, and ahead of that, more showers and thunderstorms. We'll talk about the details of that forecast here in just a moment. First off, Thursday night high school football games tonight. Weather not too impactful, a slight chance of a thunder shower here and there through the early to mid-evening, but most of you going to the games that are out there this evening will be fine. I don't think there's going to be a big impact widespread by any means. Kickoff at 7 o'clock in the upper 70s, dropping through the 70s as we play our games down to about 73, give or take, as we head toward fourth quarter in the 9 o'clock hour. Here's the Futurecast breakdown starting this evening. We'll run all the way through Saturday morning because we have some things to talk about. Partly cloudy this evening, the slightest chance of a stray thunder shower. That's only about a 20% chance between now and about midnight, and then things calm down overnight. Partly cloudy to mostly clear. Starting in the mid to upper 60s around daybreak, we have a little more moisture in the air, so we're not able to cool as efficiently overnight. And then hot as we head into the afternoon hours of Friday, partly cloudy. By the mid-afternoon, we're up into the mid-90s for many of us. An isolated upper 90 reading can't be ruled out here and there, especially in northwest Alabama, back into northeast Mississippi. I'm going to start introducing a slight chance of a thunder shower as early as 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, about a 20% chance. I don't think there's going to be widespread activity, and the computer model here not showing anything that early, but with how hot and humid and unstable we will be, I just want to make sure we're catching the potential for things to start bubbling up in the late afternoon just because of the heat and humidity. But I think most people are dry until after 6 o'clock. And then once we get closer to sunset, we'll see our first round of scattered showers and thunderstorms moving in. And yes, the timing of this may play into high school football games across the area. So be aware there may be some weather impacts from lightning and heavy rain during the Friday night high school football games across southern Tennessee and North Alabama. Be aware there's an increasing chance of that. It's not a guarantee for every single football game out there, but there's an increasing chance there will be impacts. A couple of these thunderstorms during the evening could be strong, especially with some gusty straight line winds or some small hail. So there could be a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings involved as well. Now, once we get later into the overnight, we'll see more rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but we'll be cooling off the air mass, rain-cooled air, and then losing the daytime heating. So I think once we get past that first initial wave during the early to mid-evening, the chance of a severe storm really goes down to almost nothing, not completely zero, but almost nothing as we head through the late overnight and through the morning hours of Saturday, because we'll have repeated rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms just working over the environment. But I'll still hold on to a slight chance of gusty winds with storms even through the morning hours of Saturday here. I do think showers and thunderstorms off and on through midday and early afternoon before things shift south of us as we head later into the day on Saturday. Like I mentioned, there could be a couple of strong storms here, especially during the evening hours of Friday from about 6 or 7 o'clock on through about 10 o'clock, with that first wave of storms that's able to more directly interact with the instability. Now, I'm not expecting tornadoes to be a situation. We say near zero because anytime there's a severe storm on the board, the tornado risk is never completely, absolutely zero. You never know for sure because a thunderstorm could interact with a boundary, something like that. But the environment is not favorable for tornadoes, so we're not expecting tornadoes. Isolated wind gusts of 40, 50, 60 miles per hour with 1 or 2 or 3 storms. That's your primary concern, in addition to isolated small hail, P to dime size. That's your main severe storm type concerns, and it's a low end risk. We're talking about level 1 out of 5 type situation. With several rounds of locally heavy downpours, there could be some isolated localized street flooding, but we're not looking at major high end type flooding or anything like that. I do think isolated street flooding and maybe some 30, 40 mile per hour winds may continue on into the Saturday morning storms that move through, but it's especially that Friday evening period from 6 p.m. until about 10 p.m. to midnight, that first round of storms where we may have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. It's not a big severe threat. And again, we're not talking tornadoes, but there could be a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly for gusty straight line winds. As we head into Saturday afternoon, the front pushes things southward. And depending on just how widespread the rain is for the first half of Saturday, it may keep you rain cool to where your temperatures don't get out of the upper 60s to lower 70s for daytime highs on Saturday. But for now, we're going to go on the idea that there may be a little break of sunshine between rounds that warms you into the mid to upper 70s. But keep in mind, those temperatures could trend a little cooler for daytime highs on Saturday, depending on specifically how the morning rain and thunderstorms shake out. And then we'll be on the cooler side of the front for Sunday into early next week. A break from this heat we're going to have tomorrow. The big hot mid-90s are only going to be for tomorrow only, and then we're back to more comfortable temperatures from the weekend on into a large part of next week. Here is that temperature trend. Again, we're hot tomorrow, mid-90s or so. Some folks isolated northeast Mississippi could be 96, 97 degrees, and then upper 70s to lower 80s. Some of this is the cold front. Some of this is rain-cooled air. Saturday, Sunday into Monday here. Notice overnight lows back into the mid to upper 50s. We may need to drop the Saturday night, Sunday morning temperatures a couple more degrees. Looking at the latest data, we're just watching for trends with that. And then still, even into the second half of next week, mid to upper 80s, near about average, but still comfortable, especially compared to what we will be across the area for tomorrow. So your forecast weather where you live for tonight, slight chance of a stray thunder shower between now and about 9 or 10 o'clock. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s. And then your 7-day forecast starting with the hour by hour for Friday. Most of the daytime is quiet. And for all of us, it may be quiet. But here between 3 and 6, I put in the slight chance of a thunder shower. A 20% chance is a just in case things bubble early. The real storm chances start cranking up 6, 7 o'clock in the evening and then continuing off and on through the overnight and into the first half of Saturday. Waves of showers and thunderstorms will be likely across the area. Maybe a spotty shower Sunday. We're just about ready to pull that out because I think the cold front's trending on just pushing on through here and not being a big deal. And then partly cloudy into Monday and Tuesday and becoming mostly sunny as we head into the second half of next week. That's Look Your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.